And I tell you, I am just sick about Ron DeSantis and how he's carrying himself and what he has done. And we're going to cover that. President Trump has a humongous 28-point lead over DeSantis in a new poll. I'm going to start with that. And keep in mind, this is after all this BS has come out. So this is absolutely amazing. Absolutely. All right, here we go.
To the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome to the program, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Where MAGA Comes to Talk, no doubt about that. And we have a lot to talk about. President Trump, in a new poll, has a humongous 28-point lead over Ron DeSantis. I'm going to go over this poll shortly, but I got to tell you, watching the coverage of Ron DeSantis yesterday makes me physically ill. And I'm also sad, and I'm not exaggerating. It's sad. It's disgusting. It's sick. It's twisted. I can't believe what's going on here. It just blows me away. And the question is about Ron DeSantis, was he ever with Trump? Was he fake MAGA all along? I want to ask you this question. Think about this now. If Kari Lake were the governor of Arizona and Mar-a-Lago was in Arizona and a corrupt Soros-backed prosecutor was going to serve an illegal arrest warrant on President Trump, what do you think Kari Lake would do? She wouldn't say, I'm not getting involved. She wouldn't do interviews with Piers Morgan talking about how she's going to be the candidate running against Biden and when. You know what Kari Lake would do? She would be at the front gates of Mar-a-Lago, camped out. And when they come with that arrest warrant, they would have to take Kari Lake with them because she would not let them in. That's MAGA. And by the way, that's just American. That's the right thing to do. But Governor DeSantis, I mean, I must tell you, I'm breaking my heart here. The way that he's behaving, it's getting worse. This Piers Morgan interview is going to be the end of Ron DeSantis's political career because let me tell you, I want to take calls on this today. Will you vote for Ron DeSantis ever again? I'm serious. Will you vote for Ron DeSantis ever again? Can you trust him? Is there anything he could do to regain your trust? That's a serious question. Our number is toll free. 1-888-GO-KANE 1. 888-465-2631. By the way, it's Wednesday morning, March 22nd. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, right? That's amazing. 46 years on the radio. So listen to this new poll. President Trump has now taken a 28-point lead over Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, according to a new poll. DeSantis garnered just 26% of support, according to a new Morning Consult poll, where Trump took home 54%. That's the lowest figure DeSantis has taken in this survey since December. It's amazing. So, I was telling you guys when this news first broke last week that they're going to arrest our president, I told you why they're doing it. They're doing it for a number of reasons. But one of the reasons I remember I said this, I was live streaming outside Mar-a-Lago over the weekend. I talked about this. They're doing this because President Trump has a double-digit lead in every single poll. everything they've done, all the king's horses and all the king's corrupt men have been after Donald Trump since he came down the escalator. Remember when President Trump came out of Mar-a-Lago and said, Obama's spying on me? And the media laughed because and then that was true. It was going on then, and it's going on now. That's right. And even after every scheme and crooked everything they've tried, he still has a double-digit lead in every single poll. And I'm telling you, in the polls that we don't see, their internal polls, they have run every possible scenario of poll, running Trump against Biden and DeSantis and Kamala and Newsom and the man on the moon. And whatever poll they've done and whatever scenario, he's got double digits ahead of all of them. And that's why they're arresting him. President Trump even said this in his video he posted on True Social a couple days ago that I played on the radio yesterday morning. And in the latest poll, after all this, he has a double-digit lead. In fact, a 28-point lead over DeSantis. And, the lead is really much greater than that because they throw other people in the poll that aren't even credible as a candidate, like Pence and Dick Cheney, the war criminal, his daughter, Liz Cheney. They have all these people, So his lead is really greater. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. I want to hear your thoughts on this, and I want and everything that's going on, but I really want to hear a question from you. Will you ever vote for Ron DeSantis again? Is there anything you could imagine happening that would give your vote to Ron DeSantis? And Kari Lake would not let this happen. And I'll tell you what, one of the things that really burned me yesterday is not just the things that he said, but the smugness, the smirk on his face when he says it. That's what's ticking me off, too. All right. 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Margate.
Hey, Margate. What's up?
Hey, how you doing? I definitely would not vote for DeSantis. As a matter of fact, I called his office yesterday and told him that I would not vote for him if he doesn't stand up for Donald Trump, and that he would lose a lot of votes, including my own.
Yeah. I mean, even if he saved Trump at this point, I don't know, say by standing up for Trump, even if he stood up for Trump, could you trust him?
No, he can't be trusted. I mean, I don't understand what's going on with him. This guy took a 360-degree turn.
Well, the question, yeah.
Florida.
And you're a Florida voter in Margate, Broward County. And this is what I wonder. Has he always been against us? Has he been pretending? Or have they just won him over with dreams of being president?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't make any sense at all. Maybe it's politics. Maybe he's got some kind of a plan. I have no idea.
All right. Take care, Margate. Oh, man. Guy on the mean streets of Margate says he will not vote for Ron. Called his office yesterday. That's amazing. I hope they gave the gov the message. Oh, my goodness. This Piers Morgan interview, which is not yet, did someone say a 360? I don't know. Somebody just sent me a text. A 360 turn. Did the caller say 360? I know I didn't say 360. Ron DeSantis in this Piers Morgan interview is really, really the end of his political career. The interview hasn't even been released yet. It's tomorrow, isn't it? It's just being talked about and written about. Wait until we hear it. I know they released one clip, but they have not aired the interview. When that interview airs on the Fox Nation app, Ron DeSantis' political career is over. I don't believe he could win an election in Florida if he was running for dog catcher. I really don't. All right. We're going to take that first break and be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-CANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9.
it's Scott Shannon. Have you ever wanted to protect your home and family, and you think a state-of-the-art home security system is not a...
If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Everyone like the video and share this video on all your socials, guys. I mean, I am just disgusted by the whole thing. I got a column here that I am going to read in a bit. I'm going to take some more calls when we get back, but Piers Morgan, you know, what a jerk. You know, President Trump made Piers Morgan the freaking apprentice, and he's another backstabber. Piers Morgan's the celebrity apprentice, and he sits down with DeSantis, and he wrote a column about it, you know, on the eve of the interview, and he's another disgusting person. He needs to go back to the UK, where they kicked him out. They kicked him out of the UK. Remember? They gave me not what I ordered today for coffee, but I was running late, so I had to take the wrong order. Well, you know, President Trump, one thing I learned about President Trump from when he came down the escalator is that President Trump is always right. Even when something nuts happens and you think what he said or done, that's crazy, he's right. Every time. And this Ron DeSantis thing, people are like, how could he say that? How could he? And look at how he's behaving, DeSantis now. So it's another example of President Trump being right yet again, isn't it? I know, it's awful. It's awful. I mean, I just can't believe. I just cannot believe how Ron DeSantis is behaving. You know, and what's crazy about how he's behaving is he thinks that this like makes him look good, right? He's not even saying to himself, "Whoa." And I have not talked to a Floridian Republican voter who says anything other than they'll never vote for DeSantis again. The guy won't be able to win his own state. So, all right, this is the last commercial. We're coming back from the break. Yep.
164879. Promo code Kane, Kane. Order your My Pillow and get the best night's sleep just like I do every night.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. So here's another question for you. Here's another question. Let's say, you know, this is you know, the DeSantis fantasy that it's in 2024, it's DeSantis versus Biden. Who do you vote for? It's DeSantis versus Biden. Who do you vote for? Would you not vote? You know, what we're seeing right now is textbook dictionary definition of Rhino, Republican and name only with DeSantis. 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is the number. Before we go to the phones, I want to tell you about the great new upgraded MyPillow 2.0. Mike Lindell, the MyPillow that he invented is just changed my life. You know, getting a well-rested night's sleep is very important. I wake up at 2:30 in the morning to be here in the morning to do the radio show. I spend a few hours doing show prep in the morning. 2:30 in the morning, I wake up. That's right. And I don't go to bed that early. I go to bed 9, 10 o'clock at night. So I don't get a lot of hours of sleep, but the few hours of sleep I do get are well-rested sleep because, well, I'm sleeping on my MyPillow 3-inch mattress topper 2.0, my MyPillow 100% Giza cotton dream sheets. But that MyPillow 2.0 is amazing. It has the cooling technology in it, so your head and face never get hot, never get warm. You never turn your pillow over because it's hot again. And that's a big deal because every time you flip your pillow over, you're waking up, even if you don't remember it. So you're interrupting that rested night's sleep that you were getting. And right now, it's buy one, get one free of the MyPillow 2.0 with cooling technology at mypillow.com when you use our promo code Kane. I bought 4 of them because it's BOGO. I got one for my wife and myself, and then we got them for our daughter out in California. And remember, you can also take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, not just the ones I talk about. But that's the MyPillow 2.0 with cooling technology is a life changer. It really is. You can also order by phone, toll free, 800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, for me, Brian.
Hey, Jeff.
Is there any chance, and that DeSantis is still somehow working with Trump? Because my point is,
no. Is there? Oh my gosh.
so Trump is leading so far in the polls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just really believe that there's no way he knows he can't beat Trump.
No, he doesn't.
You really think he thinks he can beat Trump?
Well, this is what I think. Okay, this pains me to say this. Okay, I feel like Ron DeSantis has been a sleeper agent, like in The Americans. Remember The Americans on FX? I feel like he's a sleeper agent who just woke up and exposed himself. I feel like he's an undercover spy who's just been called into action. And Ron DeSantis, if on top of the fact of these terrible things he's saying, there's 2 other things that I'll point out to you. One, he's lost a lot of weight. That's for the television. He's lost a lot of weight. So he wants to look good on TV for the campaign. But we haven't seen the Piers Morgan interview yet. We've seen some clips and we're reading about it. But he's got this smirk on his face when he's talking. And I told you guys, I was with Governor DeSantis election week over at Wings Plus, and I told you guys on the air that he was different. There was a tone about him, where there's I don't know how to describe it, but when you can see it on someone's face when they're in love with themselves, and I talked about that on the air. Some of you remember that he was different than when I was with him before, when he was running for governor the first time.
Right, and I do agree with that change. And if he does this, okay, I got this to say, he's worse than Pence. Benedict Arnold and Pence, if this is true. So I do believe that if he doesn't completely turn around and completely endorse Trump and try to elect him, he's a Benedict Arnold.
Yeah,
got him elected.
That's right. So I was talking. No, of course not. I was talking in the first segment. If Kari Lake was the governor and this was Arizona, Kari Lake would be. I think Kari Lake would be camped out at the gates of Mar-a-Lago, and they would have to get through her before they were able to arrest our president. Don't you think?
I agree 100% with that. And I was waiting to see. Remember, the last time I called in, is DeSantis going to stop them? He has the right to stop another state from coming in and taking on his citizens.
Well, if I was reading it, I'm not a legal expert, and I've never followed extradition, and I've never followed extraditions before, okay, from one state to another. But I was reading an article yesterday that said if President Trump challenges extradition, that Ron DeSantis could eventually be the one who signs the arrest warrant. I don't know how true. If anybody has any expertise on that, I'd like to hear. But I read an article about that yesterday. Oh my goodness!
Ability not to sign it.
Well,
do you see what I'm saying?
Well, it looks like. Well, it looks like he wants Trump out of the way. ever since they started going after Trump when he came down the escalator, which that escalator one day will be a national historical site at Trump Tower. But when they started going after him, it's been the same thing every time. I've talked about it for years now. They don't understand why we love and support him, and they think when this new scheme they're working on is completed, that will drop him. And Ron DeSantis seems to think that when President Trump is arrested, all of a sudden we're going to drop him. And he told Piers Morgan he could win the presidency. I would if the election were Biden versus DeSantis, I just would leave it. I wouldn't vote.
Couldn't in good conscience do that, but I don't think it'll come to that.
What difference does it make, right? If it's DeSantis or Biden, when you look at the to quote Hillary Clinton.
And of course, if he does turn on Trump,
if he does, what do you mean? If he has turned on Trump, and people are justifying it. Well, he called him Ron DeSanctimonious, and he released the pictures of the girls. If this is personal, and he's allowing Bragg to illegally kidnap a Floridian, right? With this fake grand jury, he's just as corrupt. The justice is supposed to be blind, and you don't let your personal opinions, because someone said something unkind about you, mean that they can go to jail illegally. Come on, that makes him corrupt. That's not an excuse.
I will say this, that if he allows Trump to be arrested, I'll say he is a turncoat 100%.
All right.
I'm trying. Okay, talk.
We're up against the break. Jeff from Maine, great call. All right, calls on hold, stand by. Our number 888-GO-CANE-1. If it's Biden versus DeSantis, what would you do? Boy, oh boy. What am I going to do with those Trump DeSantis 2024 hats I have now? We'll take our bottom of the hour break and be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey guys, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and everyone like the video. Liking the video, get YouTube to recommend this video to people that have not yet found my channel. And we need to get the word out. And I'm like on the verge of tears of what's going on. I am like so sad and upset. Remember, we got calls from a couple of women yesterday who were crying. I feel that way too. I feel like crying right now. And I know I'm not the only one. Do any of you feel that way?
Right.
It's tough. It's tough. I was not feeling well when I was coming into work this morning. I really wasn't. I didn't want it to be true. I didn't want it to be true. But it is. And it's just worse. I mean, yesterday we had, when he said in the press conference Trump was on his own, and now this Piers Morgan interview, and it's just too much. It's just too much. When these political things, I usually don't get this upset about because so much of it's out of our control. But what Ron DeSantis has done is just the ultimate betrayal. And I mean, you guys heard me ask, what would Kari Lake do if she was governor and this Soros corrupt cop prosecutor was trying to kidnap one of her Arizona citizens? What do you think she would do? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, DeSantis should move the governor's office to Mar-a-Lago and protect President Trump. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've never heard of this. You get blackmailed by some skank, and you pay them off, and you're a criminal, which he didn't even do. Michael Cohen paid her off with his own money, not Trump's. I mean, this is crazy. It did get big. Yeah. I mean, because I've worked in, broadcasting my whole life, people's egos get big, and I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen, and that's what's happening to him. You know, I mean, let me ask you guys in the chat room while we're in the break. Let me know which you're feeling. Are you feeling sad and heartbroken or pissed? I mean, I'm like really upset today. This is just really you can be both. Betrayed.
Brian Craig here with a question for seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a healthcare advocate? Would that make life easier for you? You can with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will help you set up doctor's appointments, pharmacy, even deal with your pharmacist to make sure
Absolutely. Now, guys, remember, to support all of my content, the YouTube channel, my podcast, the radio show here, go to mypillow.com and use my promo code Kane, Kane, and buy something. I have the link to our MyPillow page pinned in the chat. It's also in the description, but you can just go to mypillow.com. Those MyPillow 2.0s with the cooling technology are buy one, get one free, but there's many other great specials there. And you're supporting Mike Lindell too. But when you use my promo code Kane, Kane, you're supporting all of my content. And that's a great way for you to support me and everything that I do. I think Betrayed is, no. Oh, Jeff Sessions was a setup. I talked about that for a long time. They put him in there to campaign. He was the first sitting senator to endorse Trump, and they set him up. When they realized Trump was going to win, they sent Sessions in there to defend Trump, so he'd make him attorney general and get that fake investigation going. That's exactly right. That's exactly what they did. Betrayed, disappointed, pissed. Yeah. Now, there's also a message. The president conveyed a message through Dick Morris. Well, thank you, Pamela. Only the corrupt celebrate today. We're with you, right? Well, thank you, Pamela. Yeah. I mean, I'm just. What I'm trying to figure out with DeSantis, was he ever with us? Was he ever with us? Was he faking it? Right? What do you guys think? All right, this is the last commercial coming back.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, welcome back, one and all. It is the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. 1-888-GO-KANE. 1-888-465-2631. Oh man, this is a rough day. I think it's easy to say that you'll never vote for Ron DeSantis again. I mean, I got to hear your answer to that. But also, if it were Biden versus DeSantis, what would you do? I'm telling you right here, right now, I wouldn't vote. I wouldn't vote. And a lot of people are like, well, they'll arrest him. He'll be in and out. When President Trump goes to New York and they arrest him, he's under their control. Not his, not ours. He's under their control. And they're going to hold him. They're not going to let him go. They're not going to let him go. You see them already. Well, he could incite. He could incite something. So they're going to have to hold him so he doesn't have means of communicating. You see it happening already. They're already talking that way. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Brian.
Hey.
I have a different outlook on this. I don't think they can hold him. You think they're going to hold him? Pressure will be against them to hold him.
What pressure? It's New York City, and you got a George. Listen, Bragg thinks all white people should be in jail just because. Okay, and
Let me explain something to you really fast. DeSantis, I remember Romney going to Trump Tower, begging Trump for an endorsement. He turned out to be the biggest backstabber in the world. What you're looking at, you're so disappointed in DeSantis because you put him up on a pedestal. DeSantis, you just follow the money, man. Follow the money, and just watch how all of the press laughed at Coulter when she said to them, Trump is going to win. They all laughed at her. They all thought she was a fool. So everybody in Washington laughed. They chuckled. They thought he was a big joke. And the people voted for him. And the people are going to vote for him again. And the fact of the matter is that Washington is disgusting. And they're all up there. They were in a club up there. And you got to realize DeSantis was being groomed from the very beginning in that club.
So you think DeSantis? So you think DeSantis has been fake MAGA all along?
Well, I think domestically he's MAGA, but
domestically,
one thing
domestically he's going to let them arrest Donald Trump.
No, hold it. I'm talking about his policies as governor. He's been a MAGA governor, but the fact is nobody's asking him about his foreign policy. He's a globalist. This is, when you talk about rhinos are globalists. Most of them.
I don't know, Richie, you're getting sidetracked on so many things. I mean, what I was talking about, I think he's been fake MAGA. I've been asking the question, what would Governor Kari Lake do if she were governor and they were coming to arrest Trump?
Exactly what you said, because she hasn't been bought out by the.
And that's what, and let me tell you, Floridians, I'm in Florida. We're in Florida. People are talking about this everywhere in the streets, at the gas pumps. They're talking about this. Floridians were shocked when Ron DeSantis said Trump's on his own. I'm not going to get involved. And if
it's all of the Paul Ryans and all of them are in his head. They actually convinced him that he's going to be the president of the United States.
Well, that he would have been in 2028 before that. And this Piers Morgan interview hasn't even dropped yet. It's just being talked about. I believe Ron DeSantis is done politically, that he could not even win an election in Florida. If he ran in his house, he was in the House of Representatives before he was governor. If Ron DeSantis ran in his home district for the House of Representatives again, he'd lose after that press conference. But does he know that?
No, he doesn't.
Well, then he's not fit to be governor. Then we got an unfit mental patient as governor. We might as well have Fetterman.
They're all delusional. They're all delusional up there. They all think that Trump isn't going to win this nomination. They're in denial, these people, because all of these.
Well, okay. Here's the thing, Richie. Here's the thing. See, they got so many plots and schemes and twists and turns. Yes. Okay. Remember in the first campaign, they were talking about brokering the convention. And what they're going to do, they're already plotting for a brokered convention in 2024. Okay. And the delegates, what we learned, what they told us, the delegates are not committed to vote the way that they're told to back home. They're going to, if it gets to the convention, they're gonna go for a broker convention and give it to DeSantis, or they may decide he's too damaged by then and give it to someone else.
Oh yeah, but I agree with you there. I think what's going to happen there is they're going to say that Trump can't win it. That's just already. They're already saying he can win a nomination, but he can't win a general election. Oh, Brian, this is a big plot against the people of this country. Look, it's up in Washington.
Look. It has to do with a lot of things. Okay, it has to do with Ukraine and China and all kinds of things. But I'm telling you that the people in the state of Florida were shocked. In fact, you know what it was like? I'm trying to think of a specific example in a movie or a television show to illustrate. I'd have to think, maybe if somebody can. It was like a shock reveal. When DeSantis at the press conference said, "I'm not getting involved in Trump's on his own," it was like a shock reveal of who he really is.
For Romney, actually, I voted. You voted for Romney, and we've been discussing with him. But Romney had no business getting up there calling President Trump a charlatan, trying to, put him down for.
Well, that was a different time. Okay, we didn't know we didn't know what he was all about then when he ran for president against Obama. We know now, but DeSantis tipped his hand. But I've never. I mean, this must be how I'll give you an example. This is one I've not experienced, but this must be the way that Floridians feel about DeSantis. And I'm telling you, I was at Wawa yesterday getting gas, and they were talking about it at the gas pump, strangers, because we're Floridians. This is what wives feel like when they find out their husband's having sex with another woman. It's that kind of betrayal that's being felt by Floridians right now.
Oh yeah, I feel it too. But it really is. It's pretty sad to think that you don't know politicians. You really don't know. You got to just follow who's supporting him, who's behind him. And he came out of that. He came out of Washington. He was a congressman, man. I mean, but you could see that he's against Trump, and he's with a group of people that are against Trump. And some of that group of people happen to be Republicans, rhinos, like you say, globalists, rhinos, whatever you want to call them. But this guy,
this is different. This betrayal's he's worse than Pence, because Pence, we never really knew Pence. I mean, I never liked Pence. I always told people when President Trump chose Pence, I said I don't like Pence because I don't know what his true personality is. Right? DeSantis has been out there as MAGA man. Remember when he was running for governor the first time? He put that video online of his newborn baby wearing MAGA gear. Remember all that? I mean, he was in hardcore, man.
Who would you put in there at this time? None of the people running against him, except for maybe the Senator Scott, who gives him 100% credit for everything.
Listen. What they're doing to Trump, okay? If they are successful, we are not a free country. We're not a free country. This is like the Hunger Games, where the whole country is run by the capital city. Okay, this is just like that. That's what we're living in.
Yeah, it's absolutely, and you're with.
But how can Ron DeSantis be so out of touch that he does not know how betrayed Floridians feel? How can he be that far gone?
Well, he had to, let me say this, he had to do what he did because President Trump is surging, and he's in every it's Trump. He's getting so much publicity and support with what's going on here that he had to do that.
Well, if DeSantis did what Kari Lake would do and had a press conference at the gates to Mar-a-Lago and said, "I'm not going to let a Soros corrupt prosecutor come to Florida and kidnap a Floridian, okay? And I'm going to be here, and I'm not leaving here until this is done and over, and they'll never take Donald Trump to New York and arrest him in my..." He would have been Billy Jack, like I said yesterday. He would have been the hero of the world. And I've never seen... When have you seen someone do something so self-destructive as this?
No, well, if he would have done what you just said, he would be turning on his donors. That's the secret of the whole thing.
All right. All right, Richie, I got a break. Callers on hold, stand by. There's one opening where Richie was at. 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth.
Be right back, guys. I don't have much time. I've got a mental break.
Brian Craig here. I've been telling you about how my chiropractor, Dr. Philip Appleton, has rid me of pain from a knee injury and arthritis pain with his laser away pain treatment. But don't just take my word for it. This is one of our callers who called me live on the radio to tell me how chiropractic physician Dr. Philip Appleton helped him with his laser away pain treatment. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Sean. I'm calling from Boca Raton. I want to thank you guys once again. I've listened to this show since the mid-'80s. Thank you for introducing me to Dr. Appleton, Brian and Steve. I went in there last week. I had a knee problem. At one session, I feel so much better. I brought my mother there yesterday. She has a problem with her right side and her arm. She's right-handed. She feels better. It's amazing.
954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com. Open Monday through Saturday. Appointments not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome. 954-973-0710. This is Lori Kane. When people go to the dentist, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today, 954-922-4633, 954-922-4633.
Oh, man. Guys, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and tell your friends, all right? And liking the video helps me a lot. When you like the video, it tells YouTube to recommend this video to people that have not yet found my channel. There's over 1,100 people right now in the live stream, and I know you have not all liked the video, so please like and subscribe. I mean, this is probably the most shocking reveal in history of an elected official. I mean, do you guys have can you think of a time, even if it's fictional in a movie, when someone was exposed like this? Can you? Even if it's in a movie or a television show, if you can't think of a real life example, when has there been a reveal as shocking as this DeSantis reveal? I can't think of one, man. Can't think of one. And I'm racking my brain. Never. No.
We take on the social justice warriors.
All right, I'm Brian Craig. We are back. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Callers on hold. Stand by. I'm trying to think, and I can't think of one. When, and you can even use a fictional example, real or from a movie or television show. Okay, a real one or from a movie or television show, because I can't think of any. When has someone been unmasked and it's been as shocking of a reveal as DeSantis this week? And then the Piers Morgan interview with the second beat to it. My goodness. Callers on hold, stand by. I can't think of an example. I want to tell everyone about the incredible Douro River cruise down the Douro River through the wine country of Portugal. This is amazing. This is amazing. The date is August 23rd through September 2nd. And these dates are very, very carefully chosen dates for the Douro River cruise, because this is the time of year where all the grapes are on the vines in the vineyards along the Douro River in Portugal. So as the river cruise is going down the river, it's surrounded on the banks by these beautiful vineyards filled with grapes. They're actually making the wine. The boat will stop. This is of course, a wine sampling tour. So you're going to stop in these vineyards. You can take grapes off the vine and eat them. You may even be able to take part in helping them make wine. Then you drink the wine. It's also filled with culinary events along the way. Now, if you book by March 31st, which is right around the corner, guys, if you book by March 31st, free round-trip airfare to Lisbon, Portugal's capital, and also included high-speed rail transportation. That sounds pretty cool, huh? From Lisbon to Porto, where the boat is waiting. This is a first-class experience all the way. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are included. That's right. And this is a bucket list trip, one that you will remember for the rest of your life. Oh, yeah. And this is when they have the most beautiful weather of the year. It's sunny, and beautiful in Portugal this time of year. For more information and all the details, go to brianportugal.com. brianportugal.com and request a brochure. When you go to brianportugal.com, you'll see on the left side of the screen, it says request a brochure. Click that, request the brochure, and you get all the details of this incredible cruise. brianportugal.com. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mitchell from Delray Beach.
Hey, Delray, what's up?
Well, here's my situation. You said that if DeSantis was going against Biden, what would I do? I would ride in Trump because DeSantis lost me completely. I voted for him for governor, but coming forward, if he loses, Trump gets tries to run again, or he stays governor, or tries to keep running for governor, I am going to keep voting any Trump or any ultra MAGA in as governor for Florida. I think Beck for governor eventually.
He's not old enough yet. I agree. I'll agree with you. If it's Biden versus DeSantis, I'm riding in Trump. But do you feel betrayed by Governor DeSantis?
I do, because honestly, did you see that commercial, the promotion when he was running for governor, and he did the whole MAGA thing? And pro-Trump the whole time, and he's reading the Make America Great Again book to his kid. He wrote in as a grifter under the Trump MAGA, and then look at him now. It's just like Bryson Gray, who wore the big ultra MAGA hat. He wrote in on the Trump tail, but he's fake woke, he's fake MAGA. There's all these fake MAGA people that we're seeing that wrote in on the MAGA train, but they're not MAGA.
Yeah.
Going towards Bryson, they're going towards DeSantis. It's all a bunch of bull.
Let me ask you this, Delray Beach. Do you think he was always fooling us and lying to us, DeSantis, and he's just come out of the closet now?
I think he is a rhino, just like Paul Ryan. I think that he is riding under the Jeb Bush, Paul Ryan type of ticket. I think he is a rhino in disguise. I think it has all been a sham just to make himself look good. I think the ultimate ticket, and this is my philosophy, would be a Trump-Lake 2024 ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if DeSantis had a press conference out front the gates of Mar-a-Lago and said, "You're not getting in here, Bragg. You're not going to kidnap a Floridian. I'm going to be here," and move the governor's office to Mar-a-Lago, he would have been the biggest hero in history.
He would have won his election. 28 ticket. He needs to stand down for 2024. It's not his turn. Trump has a mission, and he needs to finish it.
Yeah, that's right.
Deep. It's so deep that I'll tell you something. Trump was the only president in U.S. history to uncover the mission.
That's right. And that's why they hate him. And I'll tell you, with DeSantis here, I have never seen a popular elected official do something so self-destructive as DeSantis. You know, Bill Clinton, everybody always knew he had girls here and there. I've never seen someone do something like this before that was so career-ending. I was talking, I'll ask you this question. I was talking to a caller. I don't believe, and I'll see if you agree with this or not, Floridians are so upset with DeSantis, I don't think he could win his House seat back in his district over there on the Gulf Coast. What do you think?
Not at all.
No.
He lost the minute he switched parties with the other side.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. If Trump has half of America on his side and DeSantis crosses that, forget about it.
Yep.
Run in any election.
You got it. All right. Take care. Delray Beach. Thanks for the call. And those of you that are Floridians, your calls are the most important here because we are constituents of Governor DeSantis. And I think that he needs to hear from Floridians how much damage he has done. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I put the mic up here because it was hitting this.
Gina from New York.
Hey, Gina, go ahead. How does the mic sound now that it's on my glasses? Let me know. Is the sound okay?
The answer to the question
I'll move it somewhere else if it's
right
not.
at everybody. All DeSantis donors are, and that will give you the answer to the equation.
Yeah.
And people really need to do their research. From what I'm understanding,
Well, what research do you have to do when DeSantis comes out and says you're on your own, Donald Trump? That's all that's all you need to know.
exactly. And a lot of, people were saying back, oh,
Sounds
how
better.
great he
Okay.
is and this and that. There were a lot of things that were being done behind
Okay, there
the
it is.
scenes with monies and everything that people were totally unaware of what corruption DeSantis was doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think that he was undercover, Rhino? Do you think he was always against Trump, or is this new?
Yes, no, I think he was always against Trump. I think it was all an act with him. And a driver, I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but when he was on the phone with you before, he nailed it. He's 100% right.
All right. Thank you for your call. Wow. Whew. Yeah. I feel betrayed. I mean, it hurts. And I'm pretty good at picking up on these snakes. And this guy fooled us all. All right. 1-888 go Kane 1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Dawn from Orlando.
All right. Orlando, Florida. All right. Good morning. What's on your mind?
I kind of feel like DeSantis, some of those counties that he flipped red, I kind of feel like the establishment helped him change those to red.
Well, I don't think so. We had a huge migration to Florida from the shutdown states. Okay. And people thought he was MAGA. That's why that happened. Let's talk about what's going on now. What are your thoughts on Ron DeSantis allowing New York to come down here and snatch Donald Trump and put him in jail in New York?
Oh, horrible! I'm totally not giving DeSantis my vote.
You will never vote for Ron DeSantis again?
No.
You hear that, Governor?
I feel betrayed by him, and I feel like the establishment is where he's going. He's a globalist. Not happy with him at all.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for your call. Orlando, Florida. Wow. Yeah. Floridians are really upset. I mean, they are, there hasn't been any polls out of Florida lately. Our number 1-888 go Kane 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
When you read from his book, and when we found out that he is a Bushy, and we know how the Bushes feel about Trump, and this is a big thing. That's what he did. What he put in his book was him taking the mask off. This has been a mess the whole time.
Can you think of a reveal at this level when we found out something about someone? It can even be from a movie or a television show, if not real life. I can't think of a reveal this big ever.
No, I can't think of it. I can't think of a reveal this big ever, because this is not even recently when I was watching Superman, when he revealed Superman and Lois, when he revealed himself.
Yeah, but you already knew that. We always knew Clark Kent was Superman. We always knew. That wasn't shocking.
That wasn't shocking, and that's the thing. And this is a guy that took the mask off. I mean, if he wouldn't have written that book, now we know why he wrote the book, but that, like I said, he took the mask off. This is a guy who obviously is an establishment guy.
Yep. That Mike, I got to run for our top of the hour break, but thanks for the call. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our phones are very busy, so if you're on hold, stand by. 1-888-465-2631. You can also listen to us. Alexa, play True Oldies FLA. Hey, Google, play True Oldies FLA. We'll be right back.
WWNN Pump.
I got to tell you guys, I have never been so shocked at anything an elected official has ever done as Ron DeSantis. And I know that I am not alone in that. And the people of Florida are really upset at him. He has no idea. He can't have any idea. As Ron DeSantis. Now, with that, I moved the microphone to my glasses. Got to find the right spot for it. So that clicking sound earlier was my cord here from the headphones hitting the mic. So I think it sounds fine up here. Oh, yeah. What am I going to do with all those Trump DeSantis hats I have? My goodness. I'm certainly not going to donate them to Goodwill or anything. I don't want anyone wearing those. No way. Oh, yeah. What am I going to do with all those Trump? Yeah. My wife was telling me to clip the mic onto my glasses. Pretty good idea. My wife's got great ideas. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. All right. And of course, like the video. There are over 1,200 people, well over 1,200 people in the live stream right now. Please like the video because that will tell the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video to people that don't know about me or my channel yet. And this, of course, this is the most pro Donald Trump channel on YouTube. I am always with President Trump, and you are too, I know, guys. Let's see, where am I? Yeah. And those of you that are new to my channel, welcome, guys. Welcome. I mean, what's going to be the final end of DeSantis and his political career is this Piers Morgan interview that's coming out tomorrow that's being previewed. That is just a rough one. You know why people are upset with DeSantis. He said he's not going to get involved, that Trump's on his own, that they can come down here and arrest a Floridian and kidnap him. That's upsetting to people. He said he's not going to get involved. That's what he said. And that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing what's going on. It's really upsetting. It's really we're officially a banana republic the moment that they arrest President Trump. The charges are today, and they want him to surrender next week. Don't buy that. They'll come in early in person to arrest him. They're not going to wait for him not to show up and surrender next week. They're not going to do that. They'll try to do it in a sneaky way, like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. It's going to happen. It's just going to happen. If you're on hold, hang in there. Phones are very busy today. No. Yeah, and I can feel it in the air in Florida. If you're doing it illegally, you're snatching someone. It's kidnapping. You're doing it if you are misusing, like if a police officer illegally pulls someone over and arrests them and snatches them away, what have they done? I mean, that's a kidnapping across state lines.
Get ready for the ultimate RV experience. Join Giant Recreation World for the 2023 Central Florida RV Open House. Great deals on new and pre-owned inventory. Hundreds of units.
That's right. The mic is good on the glasses, but I'm seeing it out of my peripheral vision, so I got to get used to that. It's very light. It's not heavy, so. Yeah. I mean, this is just it's hard to believe it's happening. And in so many ways, it hasn't really sunk in that it's happening, has it? It really hasn't. Mm. Mm.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes, yes. Callers on hold. Stand by. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. I want to tell everyone about my chiropractor, Dr. Philip Appleton. He is amazing. He has changed my life. You know, I was skateboarding this morning a little bit before I came to the radio station. I was out in the garage and I saw my skateboard and I got on my skateboard. It just down the driveway at the street a little bit. My longboard skateboard. I have a longboard, which is a big long skateboard. And I had a skateboarding accident a few years ago. I was live streaming while I was on my board and I was watching the chat room and lost coordination. And I had a really bad fall. And I've been suffering from knee pain for years until I met Dr. Appleton. And Dr. Appleton's laser wave pain treatment, after just 2 treatments, rid me of pain in my knee. And I'd been suffering for years. And it's been about a year. And the pain has not returned. It's amazing. He also rid me of my arthritis pain. And he can rid you of your pain as well. You know, it works on all kinds of pains. Arthritis, like he did with me, neuralgia, bursitis, hip pain, lumbar pain, any joint, muscular, contractions, sciatica, strains and sprains, tinnitus, tennis elbow, neck pain, stenosis, any kind of pain. If you're in pain, Dr. Appleton can rid you of it with his laser wave pain treatment. And, you know, with his laser wave pain treatment, there's no injections, no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. And it works. It works. It's amazing. Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and he wants you to say bye-bye to your pain. Appointments are not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays. He's open Monday through Saturday. Find Dr. Appleton online at AppletonChiro.com, AppletonChiro.com, or give him a call, 954-973-0710, 954-973-0710. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Montana Mark.
Hey, Mark.
You know, my heart really goes out to the people in Florida because what Ron DeSantis did as governor, I was very impressed. But when this happened, I'm in shock myself. But my one thought is he betrayed the whole country as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you think of a time, real or in a movie or television show? Real would be better, but I can't. I've been thinking for about 2 hours now because I was racking my brain in the car on the way to the radio station too. Can you think of a time when someone that we thought was a good guy, a good person, has had such a shocking reveal and we find out they're an evil villain? I've never seen a reveal at the level of Ron DeSantis's reveal with this betrayal.
I'm not the smartest guy, but I would say the revolution with Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, but that wasn't revealed to us. We've all known that our whole life. I'm talking about something we've witnessed where we found out. The only thing that I can think of that would even come close would be if a wife comes home and catches her husband in her marital bed having sex with another woman. I think it would be that kind of shock, that kind of betrayal. This is what those kind of, when women that go through those things, I mean, walking in the bedroom and catching her husband engaged in the act in their bed. I think that would be the equivalent to what that Ron DeSantis press conference the other day made me physically upset. And now this Piers Morgan interview that's coming out on Fox.
I agree with you. I'm here in Montana, me myself, I'm just walking around feeling really empty and it's sad, but facing very evil forces.
Oh yeah. All right. Take care, Montana Mark. Yeah, he's walking around sad, and there's no better place to walk around sad than Montana because there's so much open space. You can walk there forever. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Bob in Jupiter. How you doing?
Hey, Bob. Not too good.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? But maybe you can help me out. What is what the other guy's name is? The sanctimony is supposed to do?
Oh, good question. Well, he could do a number of things. One, he could stand up for Donald Trump and say, this is wrong, and I'm going to do everything in my power as governor to stop this. And what he can do is when there's an extradition request from another state, all governors have this ability. A governor can call for their own special investigation to investigate the charges to find out if the extradition and the charges have merit. He could do that.
Well, that's correct, Brian.
All the legal I've heard legal experts on TV, different legal experts, all talk about this, and they know more about. I'm not a lawyer, but
Article 4, clause 2 says that he has to go with it. Anyway,
no. What you said.
Let me tell you this, Brian. What I would love to do, I would love to see Trump indict because that'd be the greatest campaign in the world. Is having a president have a campaign rally in front of Alvin Bragg.
No, it's not. Don't you guys listen? When he's arrested in New York, he's under their control. What's that going to be like for President Trump? You think they're going to let him go? They're going to put him in a jail cell. They may send him to Rikers Island.
He's the next Mandela. He's the next Mandela.
Well, I would say, yeah, I would say he's a Mandela-like figure, absolutely. But you know what, though? Yes, I like that, and I'm going to use that. This is a Mandela-like figure. However, I remember when Mandela was released from prison finally, and the media and the world was shocked at his appearance because the South Africans didn't let us see Mandela all those years he was in jail. And when he went to prison, he was this big, strong, in shape guy. He came out, he was this skinny little guy, who had been worn down by the imprisonment. It's not to be arrested and to send him to New York, of all places, to have this happen. Look at how they're treating the J6 prisoners. How do you think they're going to treat Trump?
What they did to poor Trump's guy, I forget what it is. Why is an 80-year-old man in Rikers Island for doing a little tiny, for paying for somebody's school?
I know you throw somebody in front of the subway train and you're home for dinner.
Oh yeah, exactly. This country's this country's out of control, and we need Trump.
And ask yourself this before we go, because I got a break. But think of what I've been asking people. This question today: if Carrie Lake were governor, what would she do?
Oh, I know. Well,
Carrie Lake would stand in front of the gates. Carrie Lake would move the governor's office to Mar-a-Lago. She would stand outside the gates of Mar-a-Lago and have a press conference and say, "You're not coming in here to get one of my residents and kidnap them. It's not going to happen." They would have to arrest Governor Carrie Lake to get to Trump and arrest him.
I just never understood that the governor had that ability, according to the Congress.
I didn't either. All right, take care. We're going to take our break and be back.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
And pay little or even nothing for the repairs. Make sure you get your fair share of the Inflation Reduction Act. Rebates up to $14,000 per year. Funds
Oh my
available on a
gosh.
first come, first served basis. Rebate programs for low to moderate income families up to $150,000 of income.
I can't believe what someone just said to me about DeSantis.
This is huge. You can use this money for insulation and radiant barriers.
Unbelievable.
$2,800 available. Hybrid hot water heaters up to $3,750 available. AC units up to $10,000 available. Electric panel upgrades up to $6,600. And after we reduce your home consumption by 35% or more, you get additional
But somebody just texted me about DeSantis. I just can't believe. I'll share it when we get back.
Are you compromising your medical care for doctors out of your network?
I just am in shock at some of the things people say.
Are you aware that you can save up to $155 a month on your Medicare premiums? You need an all-in-one benefits company that can help with all of your Medicare plan needs.
I just am in shock at some of the things. I was just testing the mic. Yeah, the mic sounds good on the glasses. No, I think what shocked me is the person that sent it. I'm not going to get it's somebody I'm friends with.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the same plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, South of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro.
I'm just shocked at who sent it to me.
5009-561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. Make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Family operated. Great animal salt is in the kitchen. Amazing pizza, sizzling Philly cheesesteaks, lobster ravioli, subs, and much more. Live music, patio seating, and 2-for-1 on all beer and wine for ladies' night every Wednesday.
It's not something that hasn't been said before, but just who sent it to me.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian.
All right, welcome back. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. I just got a text message from a friend of mine who said something, and what they've said has been said before this week. People have said this week, but I think I'm more shocked at who sent it to me. And you know who you are. You're welcome to call. You know, my friends can call. I'd like to hear this. They said, would this be happening if Trump hadn't called DeSantis these names? The justice system is blind. If you're allowing an illegal arrest to take place because someone called you a name, that means you're corrupt, right? You're just as corrupt as Bragg if you let an illegal arrest take place because they called you a name. Now, before we go to the phones, I want to tell you about Tom Laporta and Laporta Contracting. And he's amazing. He'll never sell you a roof you do not need. And there's a really cool thing now going on here in the state of Florida. Insurance laws have been changed in the state of Florida, which allows Tom Laporta to deal directly with your insurance company on the cost of repairs or replacement of your roof. This is an amazing, amazing thing. Now, if you have a roof that's old, it's compromised, it's been raining this week and it's leaking, call your insurance company and then call Tom Laporta. And, listen, there are public adjusters who handle your insurance company for you for a price, and it's 20% of what they get for you. And I've been through this. About 15 years ago, we had a hurricane, and my roof was pretty trashed. The insurance company said, no, we're just going to repair it. Repairing wouldn't get it. It just wasn't enough. And I called a public adjuster, and a few months went by, and they got me the settlement. Problem is, I had to give them 20%. So I had to come up with that other 20% out of my own pocket to pay for the roof replacement. That's a lot of money. Just to give you an easy math, if the roof is $10,000, That means the public adjuster gets $2,000 and you still got to come up with that $2,000 for the roof. Wow. Now you still may need a public adjuster. You may need an attorney, but you may not. And yeah, who wants to reach into their own pocket if you don't have to? That's why you pay for your property insurance. Tom Laporta can deal directly with your insurance company. That's absolutely amazing. That's absolutely amazing. By the way, this is true both for residential and commercial properties, as well as HOAs, apartment buildings, condo buildings, commercial buildings. And Tom Laporta covers the entire state of Florida. And of course, he will never sell you a roof you don't need. You can find him online at laportacontracting.com. Now, the number I'm going to give you right now is Tom Laporta's cell phone. All right. It rings directly to his cell phone. And he's a good MAGA guy. He'll take very good care of you. Here's his number, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. That's 954-604-4602. Make sure you tell him you heard about him on the radio. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Cassandra, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
What they say is a slip of the lip will sink a ship, and if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say anything. I don't get this DeSantis. He should have just kept quiet or said, "Oh, I'm looking into it," and do something. But to say that he's not going to get involved, man, that was it.
But he is involved. He's told Bragg, no matter how corrupt you are, no matter how illegal your action is, you're welcome to come here to Florida and do it.
Exactly. You know, I mean, what's going through his head? Whoever let him in, he's supposed to be an attorney, but everybody makes a mistake. Maybe it's just a big mistake you made, but he really needs.
Do you know, back in the days when the Democrats were enslaving black people in this country, remember the Republicans were the abolitionist party, all right? The plantation owners were Democrats, and slaves would escape to the north where Republicans were or would be. And there were free states, right? Remember what the Democrats did? They had fugitive slave gangs, fugitive slave hunters that would go to the free states and recapture them. And sometimes good people stood up against those fugitive slave catchers, but a lot of officials didn't and allowed them to snatch them and take them back to some Democrat plantation in the South. How does history remember those politicians that allowed the fugitive slave catchers into their states? Doesn't remember them very fondly, does it?
No, that's for sure.
You know what George Soros is most, George Soros, one of the things he's most known for is turning Jews over to the Nazis. Right? Remember that? People talk about that sometimes. That's a similar thing that's going on here. Bragg's not a Nazi, but he is illegally using his power to arrest someone because he doesn't like them politically. That is criminal. And if you are in a position to stand up and even slow the process down so people can slow down and take a look at what's going on, and you don't do that, that makes you corrupt.
I'll tell you, if President Trump doesn't go, if he's protected by Ron DeSantis, I guess they could send U.S. Marshals to try to get him, but then maybe the U.S. Marshals won't even pay attention to this New York corruption. But the bottom line is that President Trump has all of that property in New York, and New York will seize it all from him if he doesn't show up. And this is probably why Trump has to go, because he doesn't want all his property.
I don't know. All right, Doug, I appreciate the call. Now, I watched a very good interview with Dick Morris yesterday on Newsmax, and I know a lot of you don't have Newsmax because AT&T took it off of AT&T cable and DirecTV. I have Newsmax still. And Dick Morris passed on a message from the president and clarified something from the president's Truth Post the other day. And Dick Morris said, do not protest. Do not protest. Protesting is tweeting or talking like we're doing. Do not go out and protest. He said he was talking to an elderly lady the other day on a radio show and told him she was going to go out on the street and hold up a Trump sign to protest. And he told her not to do that. He says, you'll be peaceful, but for guys who pull up and start something with you, they're not going to be. And Dick Morris, who is a top advisor to the president, and I'm sure has spoken to him many times these last few days, Dick Morris said, do not protest. He said when President Trump posted that on Truth Social, it was when he first found out about the indictment and he was angry and he posted it up there. But he said, do not protest because these people will come to set up an incident and then the Democrats will run for January, all that January 6th stuff again. And President Trump's sacrifice with this arrest, everything that he's doing will have been wasted. So that's Dick Morris passing on a message from President Trump, something I told you guys Monday morning. Do not protest. And those of you here in South Florida, stop going to Mar-a-Lago. I went to Mar-a-Lago on Saturday, and you do not want to go to Mar-a-Lago. Okay? Don't go to any demonstrations. Do not go to any protest. Protest on Twitter. Protest on Facebook. Protest by calling me. Do not go to, and this is Dick Morris, by the way, passing on a message from President Trump on Newsmax TV yesterday. I know some of you had to have seen the Dick Morris interview. It was a great interview. And that's very good advice. I'm glad that he said that. And he speaks to Trump. So, yeah, do not go to any demonstrations or any protest. I know Right Side Broadcasting had a good experience in New York. Things haven't really happened yet. Don't let that fool you, okay? All right, it's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We're going to take our bottom of the hour break, come back with more of your calls, and get into more details on what's happening and what DeSantis is doing. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. Back after this.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Ryan Craig.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's important. That's Dick Morris saying that. So, and I think that was pretty wise advice of his. I'm going to go through this Piers Morgan column talking about his interview with DeSantis that hasn't aired yet. That is this interview with him. That's really going to be DeSantis is it's going to be over. I'll be right back, guys.
Right now to 20129. That's happy for 20129. The traffic is gone.
Traffic is service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. Make plans for the Paddock Restaurant Extravagant Easter Buffet and On-Track Family Fun Festival Sunday, April 9th. And don't miss Chris McDonald's Memories of Elvis Dinner Show, April 14th. Plus, Lunch with Legend Gary Player, April 17th. For tickets and info, go to pbkennelclub.com.
If you're a homeowner, business owner, or with a homeowners association, and your roof is old or compromised, you need to call Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. Tom Laporta.
There's so many chairs behind the other radio studio.
He's voted one of the best general contractor and best roofers.
Did they go to Nita?
He's honest, knowledgeable, and reliable, and will never sell you a roof you don't need. If you have an insurance claim, call your insurance.
Yeah. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. And there's over 1,300 people in the live stream right now. So, yeah, less than half of you have liked the video. Make sure you like the video, guys.
Attention wine lovers and travel enthusiasts. Join the luxurious Douro River Cruise in Portugal from August 23rd through September 2nd. This trip is a unique and intimate experience. Enjoy the best of Portugal from the stunning city of Lisbon to the world-renowned port wine region of Porto. This luxury riverboat provides exceptional service and top-of-the-line cuisine. You'll indulge in local wines and culinary delights. To join and learn more about this once-in-a-lifetime trip, visit RyanPortugal.com and request a brochure. Ryan Craig here with a question for seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a healthcare advocate at the touch of a button?
All right, where am I? Oh boy. Yep. If you're on hold, hang in there. I'm going to get to the phones. And I know over 1,300 in the live chat right now. I know you're not all subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm just 405 subs away from the big 60,000. So if you guys could get me to that 60,000 sub number, that would be absolutely amazing. But what a rough day. What a rough day. Oh boy, we're halfway through the show already. I've just never seen a betrayal like this. Can you think of somebody that you thought was a great person and you found out that they were like an evil villain? I just can't think of anything even close to this. You know? I just can't for the life of me think of anything even close. I'm trying to think. No, this is worse than Pence. This is worse than Pence. Because this is someone that we thought was, I mean, my goodness, he had his baby in MAGA clothes when he was running for governor. Pence wasn't that hardcore.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right. So we're asking a lot of questions today. Will you vote for Ron DeSantis ever again? You know, I'm really hoping that Don Jr. is our next governor in Florida. I really do. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Oh, you know, and it's very significant that I'm in Florida. We've been talking, today's Wednesday. We've been talking about this all week. And of course, yesterday we were talking about DeSantis's comments where he's not going to get involved. Trump's on his own. And now we got this Piers Morgan interview, which is another Benedict Arnold. Remember, President Trump made Piers Morgan the celebrity apprentice. And look what he's done. Betrayed Trump too. So if you're on hold, stand by. I want to get through some of this. Piers Morgan wrote a column that's in the New York Post today because his interview is airing tomorrow on Fox Nation with DeSantis. And they released one clip about the name calling, but not the hardcore stuff. This is the New York Post column written by Piers Morgan. Ron DeSantis knows everyone is waiting for him to say if he's running for president. But in our interview airing on Fox Nation, Piers Morgan's uncensored program on Thursday, he writes, this is Piers Morgan, DeSantis made it very clear that if he does, he can win. If I were to run, DeSantis said confidently, I'm running against Biden. Like him and Trump are competing for the Republican nomination. I get that. But ultimately, you know, the guy I'm focusing on is Biden because I think he's failed the country. Well, I think you failed Florida, DeSantis, right now by not standing up for Donald Trump. I think the country wants a change. I think they want a fresh start in a new direction. And so we'll be very vocal about that. Notice the phrases These are the same things that we've heard from Nikki Haley and Sununu and Sarah Huckabee, right? The country wanted change, a new direction, a new generation. That tells us the Bush's people are writing his statements to DeSantis. Do you think you could beat Biden? DeSantis replies, I think so. I could beat Biden. I don't think so, because you've just lost Florida. You're not going to win. If you had the nomination, Governor DeSantis, you would lose Florida. That's very significant. Do a real poll in Florida as to how Floridians feel about him now. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Craig. This is Hollywood.
Hey, Carlos in Hollywood. What's up?
Okay. First, I agree with you when you said that even if Trump doesn't win the primary, I'm going to write him in.
Yes.
I will never vote for DeSantis. I'm very disappointed on what he did.
By the way, let me clarify that. Will you vote for DeSantis ever again under any circumstance, or no? You will not.
I voted this time for him. I will not. He's done. Unless he reverses his stance and goes to Mar-a-Lago and protects the president. He's our president.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Secret Service has a duty to not let anyone touch the president.
Well, okay. Now okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. First off, the Secret Service worked for Joe Biden, right? But the Secret Service are more like observers of things. Like, I remember the Bush girls would go out and order drinks illegally, and they would just watch. When they broke into Mar-a-Lago for the raid, the Secret Service were there and just watched. They'll go with the president and protect him, but I don't think they're going to stop a lawful with court order for an arrest. I know it's unlawful, but you guys know what I mean. No, I think they'll honor it. They'll just go with him.
So what they should do is they park 100 cars, Secret Service cars, in front of Mar-a-Lago, and they will block the entire entrance and exit. Nobody can get in, nobody can get out.
Yeah.
Be able to arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All right. That's another Floridian who says they will never vote for Donald Trump. He was calling from Hollywood, Florida, in Broward County. If anyone from the governor's office is listening, another Floridian who says they will never vote for Ron DeSantis again. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mark from Pompano.
Hey, Pompano.
Hey, first thing I want to say, I want to comment on DeSantis. The first one to tell you, Brian, I'm not getting any reception on AM 1470, and I can't get the FM channels either.
Oh, I don't know.
Answer to DeSantis, no, I won't vote for him again.
No.
Rhino.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about it? I mean, are you disappointed? Do you feel betrayed? Or what's the,
I through the whole COVID thing, I mean, DeSantis showed himself, because all the lockdowns happening here in Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach, and he didn't lift a finger to straighten out any of it. And that was when I had it with him. I didn't vote for this last time. I swept by.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, no, he's a fake. He's definitely an establishment guy.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
He's a globalist. All I have. I've known that for quite a while.
How'd you know it? What tipped you off to him?
He's a legislation. He's appointed very bad appointees like Jared Boskowitz. He appointed him to the Broward County Commission. He's a leftist. He also appointed some hardened leftist judge that presided over Mike and Jillian Carbonet.
Well, he did. When Scott Israel was removed by him, he did put a Democrat in that position. The sheriff, and I remember that. Now that you say that, the Sheriff Tony in Broward, first black sheriff of Broward, was a Democrat. If I remember, if I'm wrong about that, I think he was.
No, you're right. He's another lefty. He left some guy in place that was a Palestinian who, I think he was a sergeant or something like that, who staged some demonstration.
Yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, Yeah.
Well, I was talking in the last hour. You've known for a while, but the rest of us are just finding out. And people are I'm never voting for DeSantis again is basically a bumper sticker now in Florida by Republicans. I believe that Ron DeSantis is the most unpopular man in Florida. And I don't think he could win his congressional district again if he ran for the House again. What do you think? It's that bad.
Well, here's my belief, Brian. I agree with you. He has no debating skills. He has no charisma. And he came in on the coattails of Donald Trump to begin with.
Yes.
Not only that, my biggest concern is it really going to matter who runs if they can still rig the elections?
Well, the big problem we have, because I want to keep things focused on what's going on right now. So before we take more calls, because we're halfway through the show, I want to add something to the mix. If Ron DeSantis came out today and started defending Trump and took a real stand, not a symbolic stand, but a real stand to stop Bragg, would that change it? Now, I just want to remind you guys of something I talked about earlier this week. It might have been on yesterday's show. When the woman behind Libs from TikTok was threatened by all these leftists when her identity was revealed, Governor DeSantis called her up. She's not a Florida resident. Called her up. I can't remember what state she's in. Called her up and said she could stay at the governor's mansion for her own safety. He did it in private. That's amazing that he did that for her. And I was pretty impressed when I heard that story. Why is he not offering that same protection to President Trump? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hi, Brian. It's BW from Indiana.
Hey.
And hi. Listen, I'm thinking, Ron must feel like we have real short memories. We had a good governor here in Indiana with Mike Pence, but look how he turned it.
That's right.
Come on. We're not that. I'm just like, wow, Ron. Bad advice, maybe bad financing. It's not good.
Would you ever vote for Ron DeSantis moving forward?
I would not.
Mm-hmm.
And the horse has left the stall. Too late. You done. And now your little show with Piers Morgan, who hates Trump, is coming out next. No,
tomorrow.
Finished.
The Piers Morgan interview is going to be the total end because we'll have the audio. It airs tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll have it for tomorrow's show. Some clips, I imagine, on Friday's show, I'll have it. But the fact that Ron DeSantis is so unaware of how angry Floridians are over this tells me he's not mentally fit. I mean, I'm telling you that Floridians are in shock and are so angry and so upset and feel so betrayed by him. In the couple of clips I've seen from the Piers Morgan interview, DeSantis is sitting there laughing with a smirk on his face.
Not good. Not good. And like I said a little while ago, Pence was a great governor, but he made a horrible VP because he stabbed Trump.
Well, and if you remember, Governor Pence in Indiana stood up to the transgenders like DeSantis did. Remember, he stood up against that same-sex bathroom stuff that was going on at Target and everything. And and then look at him. Hey, thanks for the call from Indiana. All right. We're going to take our last break of the hour. Callers on hold, stand by. Phone's very busy. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
You're a Florida homeowner, and you know that real estate is selling for the highest prices ever. With so many listing their house, you want your house to stand out above the rest and to get top dollar. That's where licensed real estate agent Elena Castro comes in. She's with Ballesteri Real Estate that's been in business since 1964. Working with homeowners, buyers, landlords, and tenants for over 18 years, Elena Castro knows Florida real estate and has a proven record of smooth transactions, as well as top negotiation talents. When you list your property property with Elena Castro, she knows the right listing price to get you multiple offers so you accept the offer you want. And if you're looking to buy, she can help you with that too. Give Elena Castro a call right now. 954-478-5015. 954-478-5015. Get your house listed and sold for the price you want. 954-478-5015. 954-478-5015.
Oh, you're my movers? 2 men in a truck.
Good morning. I'm man number 1.
I'm man number 2.
And I'm man number 3.
Wait, I thought you were 2 men in a truck.
We are, but your move will go best with 3 men.
Whatever it takes to move people forward, whether across the city or across the country.
Because we're the movers who care.
Well, come on in. 3 men in a truck.
But you can still find us at 2menpalmbeach.com.
Oh, man.
This is Lori Kane. When people go to the dentist, they
Unbelievable, guys.
the biggest pain is the cost.
Unbelievable.
Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless and the price is
Trying to
painless,
find the
too.
best place to put the mic. And that's not so bad. That might work out better there. If he's attached to my glasses.
That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
It sure is. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Callers on hold, stand by. 1-888-GO. Kane 1 is our number. 888-465-2631. I want to tell everyone about Anne Marie's in Pompano. And people ask me all the time about the secret pizza menu. So every once in a while, I tell people about it. Anne Marie's, everything is homemade at Anne Marie's. Grandma's recipes, Grandma's in the kitchen, and the Italian favorites. I love them, right? Lasagna, spaghetti, and meatball. Everything's amazing. And I discovered their secret pizza menu quite by accident on the back of the lunch specials. And by the way, the lunch specials are fantastic. The portions are huge and the prices are low. And I went in there, I got the 2-slice special, and it was like I had a small pizza, covered up the whole plate. I was so full after that. But the secret pizza menu, as I call it, it's on the back of the lunch menu. You can ask them for it. And it's Big Jerry's Craft New York Pies. And these are unbelievable. They have pizzas like I've never even heard of before. And this is my favorite one, the Steak Deluxe Pizza at Anne Marie's in Pompano. It's with ribeye steak, onions, peppers, mozzarella, provolone, and a garlic oil base. I mean, that's amazing. They have a lobster and shrimp pizza with fresh chunks of Maine lobster, sauteed shrimp, mozzarella, parsley, also with a garlic oil base. They're just unbelievably good. The Angel's Pie, charred pepperoni, goat cheese, red onion, red pepper flakes, basil, honey drizzle, and of course, the fantastic red sauce, which is homemade, and there's many more. So the secret pizza menu, just ask them for the craft pies. It's on the back of the lunch menu. Big Jerry's Crazy New York Craft Pies. You can get them in large sizes, and you will love them. My favorite's the steak. I mean, ribeye steak on a pizza, I never even conceived of such a thing, and it's so good. Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the northwest corner of US 1 Federal Highway and Copans Road in the same plaza as the movie theater. All right, back to our phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, you've got the radio on. Good morning. You're on the air. Good. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Maria from Florida. How are you?
Oh, hey, Maria. Yesterday, you were very upset. You were in tears. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm a little bit relaxed. I'm still, a lot of upset, but I'm furious this morning. Wow. Ron DeSantis. Oh, Jesus. Really? You feeling yourself now, huh? Yeah. Never get my vote again. Nah, not happening.
Yeah, you'll never. You're a Florida resident. You're a Florida voter, and you will never vote for Ron DeSantis ever again.
No, I'm done with him.
Wow.
You don't come out and take shots like that. You don't come out on Piers Morgan's show knowing it's all haters now on Fox News and whoever it is on Fox News or Piers Morgan, but Piers Morgan came out on Trump I think a couple of years ago, and he been coming out saying the slick stuff out of his mouth. But for you to say, "Oh, I'm a winner," he made so many mistakes about the
Yeah.
influence on focus. I live right here in Broward County, and Broward County was closed down. Don't get it twisted.
Yep. There's just what's really concerning to me is how smug DeSantis is about this. Like he's above all this. And we haven't seen the Piers Morgan interview. They released one clip and some still photos, and he is just on another planet from what we've seen. He does not realize he is. Let me tell you, I've been in Florida most of my life. I've lived here since 1982, and there have been two other people in Florida who were hated by Floridians as much as Ron DeSantis. All right. George Zimmerman and O.J. Simpson. Remember, O.J. came to Miami after the killings. O.J. Simpson and George Zimmerman are the only other two Floridians I can think of that were disliked by Floridians at this level. It's that bad in Florida.
Yeah, it is. It is. And the thing about it, what he just done, people, and I listen to people, I even listen to a couple people radio show that claim to be not going. I know in their heart they not, because ever since Ron DeSantis come out and look at these speeches behind closed door, but I know something that everybody else, and I think a couple of your other people that call know too, that I have been seeing. It's not just that he hung around and never talked, but the biggest critic that he was hanging around was Karl Rove and him to come out against Trump, say something negative about Trump. He had to push him for a while to do it. He had to do it, but it's just been behind closed doors, now out in the open.
Yeah.
He's done that. I seen a lot of people yesterday just like, that's it. Nah, but I seen a lot of people that claiming they,
I've seen a lot of people get famous that I've known, some personally, and then their egos get so full of them once they get famous. And that's kind of what's happened with Governor DeSantis.
Yeah. Yeah, he crossed the line, especially he crossed the line when he said, "I'm a winner, and I'm a winner, and this and that." But you wasn't a winner until Donald Trump made you.
In fact, Governor DeSantis was going to lose the Republican primary. He was running against, I can't remember the guy's name now. I remember he was No. That was in the general. In the Republican primary, he was running against the agricultural commissioner, who's an old Florida rich guy from one of the big sugar families of Florida. I can't remember his name offhand. And DeSantis was losing the primary. It was before Gillum. No. He wouldn't have even won the primary. And Trump came in and saved Governor DeSantis in the primary. And a couple weeks ago, when I got Ron DeSantis's book, he totally credited everybody else but Trump for his victory. I cannot remember the name of the guy that he ran against, but he was losing the Republican primary, DeSantis.
Down, I know who you talk about, but I can't remember his name either. But he was down, I think, double digits and something like that. And Trump came in and endorsed him, and then he went out there campaigning for him and stuff. Because I went to a couple of the rallies.
Well, in the latest poll from Morning Consult, that was after everything that's happened the last few days, President Trump currently has a 28-point lead over Ron DeSantis. A 28-point lead. That's amazing.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it is.
All right, Maria, take care. Another Floridian who says they will never vote for Governor DeSantis again. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? No, not Gillum. It was before Gillum.
Pompano. How you doing, man?
All right, Pompano. Go ahead.
Good. Hey, listen, we talked a week and a half ago, I think, and we talked about DeSantis when his book came out, and I told you, voted for Trump twice. But I think the hysterics that we're going through here, or the show's going through in the callers, just shows you that I think people are scared of DeSantis.
Scared?
There's absolutely no reason to attack him like this. 3.5 years, Donald Trump loved and supported DeSantis, never a bad word. Now there's a hint that a guy who has been successful is going to run, and the world, Donald Trump, turns on him?
Because, okay. No, slow down. Slow down. Let's talk about it.
A good word about him?
Well, Charlie Crist was a liar. He was a Republican then, who was also pushed on us by the Bushes.
You would never support a Republican, any Republican who came out today and said, even Charlie Crist did a good job.
That's not true. Now, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Here we got a Democrat on the line here. He'll deny it. Absolutely not. See, he denied it. And then you're a liar. Okay. No, by the way, you've said a lot of things. I'm going to comment on a couple of them. Okay. That's fine. Well, I'm going to help you out. Okay. When President Trump went through the past governors we had, and he mentioned Charlie Crist doing a good job. Charlie Crist was a Republican governor and a liar. And he was a good governor because he was doing what a Republican should do, but he was a liar. Okay. And most people don't know that about Charlie Crist. They think he was a Democrat then. He was not praising a Democrat. Now, what you said about DeSantis, DeSantis said that he will not do anything to stop Bragg from this illegal arrest of Donald Trump. And there are things he can do. And that's wrong for him to do that.
Said they won't do anything. There won't be a standoff at Mar-a-Lago. He'd turn him.
A standoff. We're not going to do Butch and Sundance. We're talking about legally. Governor DeSantis can call an investigation into these charges and look into them to find out if they have merit. And he won't even do that. What would Carrie Lake do if she were governor and this was happening?
Well, we don't know that because she can't win.
Yes, we do know. Yes. Oh, another Republican he doesn't like. I thought you were a Republican. She would. I know you love her. I know. Even though you said she's a loser, she would stand. She would. You said, and then you said she can't win. She would stand. We know exactly what Carrie Lake would do. Carrie Lake would stand at the gates of Mar-a-Lago and camp out there. They would have to arrest her to arrest Trump. And you know that, and everyone knows that.
DeSantis is just now in the last 2 weeks because you were at Wings Plus, outing him, sitting next to him, trying to sit next to him.
Well, we don't know where. We don't know. That's right. We don't know that someone's a traitor until they betray us. Okay? We didn't know. We didn't know. Now we know.
Listen, and Donald Trump gets the Republican nomination, that's who I'm voting for.
Oh, I can tell.
DeSantis. Oh, no, you can't tell because that's exactly who I would vote for.
I know. But we'll never know, will we? We'll never know. We'll never know.
Well, you would never know. That's right.
All we have is your good word.
And it's a very good word.
I can tell, yeah.
DeSantis wins. Everyone in the state of Florida, if Ron DeSantis is the Republican nominee, he'll win state of...
No, he will not. In fact, Ron DeSantis is not electable in Florida any longer.
Completely delusional.
What kind of Republican are you? Lincoln Project? Are you an advisor to DeSantis or something? Because this sounds like what Jeb is telling Governor DeSantis. What I'm hearing from you. I have no idea what. Who you are?
You have no idea who or what Jeb could be telling DeSantis. It's all speculation. You have no clue.
No, we have a lot of clue. We have a lot of clue. Sure. Jeb is telling DeSantis what you're saying. Don't worry. They'll never vote Democrat. You'll win when you get the nomination. Don't worry. You'll win. That's okay. People have a short memory in politics, blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, I got to run for our break, but thanks for the call. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. Caller sounded a little hysterical, didn't he? 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. We'll take our break for the top of the hour and be right back.
WWNN Pompano.
Wow. Someone needs to tell Brian. What? You can tell me. That guy is with that guy's connected to one of the political machines. I can tell by the way he's talking. Yeah. Exactly.
He didn't have to really do anything. He just did it to himself.
Now, there's only one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. And we have a lot of lines. Be right back, guys. Oh, man. Yep. I'll go back to the phones when we get back. Well, every line on the board is lit. Oh, make sure you tell him, Jimmy D. You heard about him on the radio. What you want me to say? I mean, what am I, a trained monkey? Brian say this, and I'm going to say it like a parrot. You know.
vehicles paint, swirled, or scratched from those harsh automatic car washes? All Clean specializes in paint correction and ceramic coatings. All Clean is International Detailers Association certified and Palm Beach County's only Candy Coat Nano ceramic installer. Proudly featuring Car Candy automotive detail products, which provide superior protection for all automotive surfaces. Get coated today and never wax again. Go to allcleandetailshop.com. That's allcleandetailshop.com.
Get ready for the ultimate RV experience. Join Giant Recreation World for the 2023 Central Florida RV Open House. Don't miss great deals on new and pre-owned inventory. Hundreds of units on display. Enjoy great giveaways like Yeti coolers. Save big on all 2022s. All new in select pre-owned inventory comes with a free lifetime warranty. Plus great pricing on advanced EV golf carts. Visit their 3 locations: Winter Garden, Destination Daytona, or Palm Bay this Thursday through Sunday only. Or at GiantRecreationWorld.com.
Help with your finances? Keith Singer. Review your income plans, tax strategies, estate plans, and more with Keith Singer. Listen to Singer Wealth Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. right here on the True Oldies channel and SingerWealth.com.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. Every line on our board is lit, and that's really saying something because the radio station added a whole bunch of new lines. We have more lines than I've ever had at any radio station I've ever worked at, and they are all lit, and I'm going to take them the best that I can in the order in which they were received. So hang in there, guys. But I first want to tell everyone about the incredible Douro River cruise down the Douro River in Portugal through Portugal's wine country. This is amazing. This river cruise is August 23rd through September 2nd, which is the best week of the year for this particular trip because, well, it's not just sunny all the time. This is the time when the grapes are ripened on the vines. And as the boat is going down the Douro River, the vineyards are on the coast of both banks. And you'll see what a beautiful view of these beautiful grapes on the vines in these vineyards. This is a wine sampling tour as well as culinary tour as you go down the Douro River. And as the boat stops at these different vineyards, you'll be able to take the grapes right off the vine and eat them. You may even be able to help make some wine before you drink it. This is amazing. Now, if you book before March 31st, which is coming up real quick, if you book before March 31st, round trip airfare is included, free, to Lisbon and back, as well as high-speed rail transportation from Lisbon to Porto, where the riverboat is at. For more information, go to brianportugal.com and request a brochure, which will give you all the details. This is a first-class experience that you will remember for the rest of your life. So go to brianportugal.com. When you go to brianportugal.com, on the left side of the website, you'll see it says request a brochure. Click that, request a brochure, and you'll get all the details about this cruise. brianportugal.com, brianportugal.com, and request a brochure. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Mike from Houston again. How are you?
Houston, Texas. What's up?
Hey, you asked earlier in the show about a comparable betrayal in fiction or reality, and the closest I can come is Shakespeare's Macbeth of murder his king.
Yeah, Judas. Yeah.
Well, Ron DeSantis showed that I think deep down, despite all the rhetoric, he's a politician who puts his own political ambition ahead of everything else. And if it weren't for President Trump, no one would even have heard of Ron DeSantis. So he really planted a knife in the back.
Well, what he's gotten confused. He thinks his base of support is his base of support, and it's not. His fans are really Trump fans. Okay, his base of support are Trump supporters, and he's just been on President Trump's coattails, and he's alienated. I mean, I've talked to Floridian after Floridian on the phones today. Everyone has told me the same. I will never vote for Ron DeSantis again. If DeSantis is not electable in Florida, how can he win? Yeah, I know that last caller from the Lincoln Project there thinks that we have short memories and will vote for him. But if it's DeSantis versus Biden, I'm writing in Donald Trump. I've never done a write-in candidate in my life, but I'm going to do it.
Well, the thing is, I think what a lot of people like DeSantis and Pence and Sarah Huckabee and a lot of other people like the last caller don't get is that there are a lot of Americans, and and I would say even possibly even the majority, who are tired of the business as usual politics that we see DeSantis exhibiting here. And that's why we love President Trump. He was not a politician. He was a man of the people. And there's a big difference. So anyway, on that note, I'll get out of your hair and listen to the rest of the show. Thanks for taking.
Well, thanks from Houston, Texas. That's right. All right. I'm trying to take these calls in the order in which they were received, but it's hard to figure that out. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joellen from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Joellen.
Yeah, the last guy that called before this last guy, yeah, he asked why you're attacking DeSantis, and exactly why, because he is turned establishment, just like you said. Bush people and all those other guys are supporting him. He's just undoing what Trump has exposed, and that's why go back to DeSantis. I was up there at the rally at Mar-a-Lago yesterday. There were a lot of people when I got there, but a lot of media and a lot of support for Trump.
I was talking about this in the last hour. I want to say it again. Dick Morris, who speaks to the president regularly, was on Newsmax yesterday. He said, do not protest. Do not go to any events, even if you're by yourself. And Dick Morris said when President Trump posted on Truth to protest, he was angry because he had just found out about it. Okay. And he was on another radio show. Dick Morris said an old lady called in and said she was going to stand on the street with a sign. He said, don't do it. 4 guys pull up and start causing trouble. And then, the Democrats start January 6th again. And Dick Morris said, then Trump's sacrifice and everything he's done will have been a waste. Do not protest. Do not go to events. And those of you here in town, stop going to Mar-a-Lago. Stop going to Mar-a-Lago.
I'm not going to.
Don't go back until this blows over.
Yeah, there was no problem that as far as I saw yesterday. What was interesting though was as we were walking we were on Channel 10 as a matter of fact, my girlfriend and I, but we were walking to the event, and there was a girl behind us, and she joined us, and she said she was from the New York Post. Anyway, she was talking to me, asking me questions. I told her that I was at January 6th, so anyways.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, go ahead.
So it was a little bit later, she said, oh, can I talk to you a little bit more? And so she asked me, why are you here today? She was like dressed like you and, just like me. And she said, why are you here today? What can I quote you? And then she says, can I get your name? I gave her my first and last name. I said, oh God, I hope I'm not going to. After that, I said, why did I?
I mean, Joellen, my goodness, you gave her, you told her you were at January 6th. You gave her your first and last name. I mean, my goodness, don't talk to reporters. Okay. Don't talk to reporters. They will, I don't get, New York Post hates Trump, but you don't know, oh my God, I go up there all the time, and there's a lot of people up there that are media. Well, I would use the W word, but I don't want to use that. You know what I mean? And they just sit there and wait to get interviewed by Sky News or CNN or something. Don't talk to these fake news people. When I was up there on Saturday, there were these 3-4 ladies up there that looked like they smoke about a carton a day each, right? And I saw, and all they were doing was doing interviews with media people. And I didn't see who the media people were. And then I read the news on Sunday morning. They're all quoted. Donald Trump supporters say they will not stand for. I'm like, what is don't go to any protest. Don't go to Mar-a-Lago, and don't talk to anyone from the media. They're not interviewing you to make you look good, Joellen.
She was, when we first started talking, it was like, just talking.
They're clever. They're clever. Don't talk to anybody. All right. Thanks for the call. Oh my gosh. We got a break. Sorry, Joellen. If you're on hold, stand by. Don't talk to anyone. Okay. Don't talk to I don't. The only time I do interviews when I'm up there is if I know the person. And then I'm even reluctant. We'll be right back.
Sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action.
Like I've been up there, and I'll hear some of the people talk. Oh, I was just interviewed by Sky News Australia yesterday. And I heard one MAGA person say, "Oh, I'm going home. There's no media here today," and because they want to get interviewed. They're just. And don't even get involved in a conversation with someone you don't know. Okay. Oh my gosh. Insane. Yeah, my blood pressure's through the roof. Through the roof. Through the roof. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe, all right? Please subscribe, and everyone like the video. Make sure you like the video. That helps a lot. No, Joellen's on a list now. She's on a watch list, probably. No, not during this period. That's what Dick Morris says. Not during this period. That's correct. Well, the reason I put the mic here is because my cord from the headphones keeps hitting the mic when I have it on my shirt, making a noise. So I put it here. No. Dick Morris was passing the message on from President Trump on Newsmax yesterday. Do not even have a one-man demonstration. Don't go to any events because they're going to have people show up and cause trouble. You don't want to be a part of that. All right, JJ. See what I mean? See what they try to do? All right, coming back.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show with Brian Craig.
All right, just one opening on our very busy board at 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. I want to tell you guys about Mike Lindell's latest invention, the MyPillow 2.0, which is a major upgrade from the standard MyPillow. And, I wake up early in the morning, 2:30 in the morning I wake up. I do. And I do not go to bed early. People think I go to bed at like 6:30 or 7. I probably should, but no, I'm up till 9, 10 o'clock. So I don't get a lot of sleep. So the few hours of sleep I do get need to be well-rested sleep. And because I have all these MyPillow products, I do. But the MyPillow 2.0 is amazing. It has cooling technology in it. It has that same patented fill that Mike Lindell invented, but it has cooling technology in it as well, which makes sure that your head and your face do not get warm or hot at night. You will never flip your pillow over again. And every time you flip your pillow over, you'll wake up. You're no longer in REM sleep. Even if you don't remember it, you've interrupted your sleep. Right now at MyPillow.com, the MyPillow 2.0 with cooling technology is buy one, get one free with our promo code CANE at checkout, KANE. Now, you can take advantage of all the specials and deals at MyPillow.com with our promo code CANE, not just the ones I highlight, all right? But this MyPillow 2.0 is buy one, get one free. I've bought 4 of them already. It's a great deal, and it'll change your life. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. All right, back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Once, twice. All right, good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mark from Jupiter.
Hey, Mark.
How are you this morning?
Not too good. Betrayed by our governor and our president. They're going to arrest him. So not too good.
Hey, you know what I did the first thing this morning? I went out and scraped my "Thank you, Governor DeSantis" sticker off the back of my car.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
I'd vote for a General Electric blender before I vote for him again.
Well, that's a big deal, and this is what's concerning to me. That, and by the way, this is before the Pierce Morgan interview was even aired yet, where, but he is so unaware of how the people of Florida have turned against him. He has no clue.
I know it. It's just ridiculous. Trump always asks that question. Who will be next to fall into the Trump quicksand? I guess we found out, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel? Betrayed, angry, sad? What's your emotional feeling?
All of the above. All of the above. This man he led us down a nice rosy path and then stuck it to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's no damn good. Rusty, crusty, good for nothing, skid row bum as far as I'm concerned.
There you go. All right. Thanks for the call. Wow. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jessica, Florida.
Hey, Jessica.
Hey, how you doing? Long time. I'm still hoping that he changes his mind. I'm still hoping for the best with DeSantis. I feel that he has to come out and say that, so not to give in or to publicize anything that he had planned.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that he still want to go ahead and do something for Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that everyone is upset, like in the Hispanic community. Like I have a lot of YouTubers, radio stations, TV stations in Spanish. Not Univision. Univision is a lot.
Yeah.
At the TV station, but on the Rhine, under the graveyard, like everyone is upset at DeSantis. All the Hispanic.
Well, and betrayed. I mean, but no one trusts. He's lost his base of support in Florida.
Yeah, they all saw his how you call that, his announcement,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone is upset. Everyone, Venezuelans, Cubans, everybody's upset at him.
That's right.
Everyone is calling in Spanish and saying he shouldn't have done that. He should save Trump. I mean, just letting you know, giving you a perspective that probably a lot of English-speaking people don't know. This is what's happening in Florida in the Hispanic community too.
What it sounds like? What is going on behind you?
Sorry, I'm on the train.
Oh, you're on the train Tri-Rail? Oh, that Tri-Rail gets, let me tell you, I love the Tri-Rail, but it gets very sketch when you get into Dade County.
Yeah, I don't go to Dade County.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Appreciate the call from the Tri-Rail. Take care. I love the Tri-Rail. Tri-Rail's a lot of fun. If you have not been on the Tri-Rail, it's fun to ride. It's the double-decker train, and I do take it sometimes just for fun with my daughter, but I'll take it like from Boca to Palm Beach or down to Fort Lauderdale or something. It's fun. So listen to this. This is in the Daily Mail. Callers on hold, stand by. If a New York grand jury indicts Donald Trump in connection with hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, it could deliver another twist to the rivalry between the two. If Trump, now listen to this. These are legal experts that they've interviewed in the Daily Mail. If President Trump refuses to travel from his Mar-a-Lago home to surrender voluntarily to police in Manhattan, it would fall to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to sign a local arrest warrant. That's what it says. That's what it says here in the Daily Mail. Let me ask you, do you think DeSantis would do that? Would he sign that? Even if the law requires him, that's no excuse. He doesn't have to sign it. Can't make you sign anything. Would he sign it? Oh, my goodness. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Lisa. And just a couple things I wanted to say. It was Adam Putnam that he was.
Putnam, that's correct. Adam Putnam was the Republican who was going to beat DeSantis in the Republican gubernatorial primary until Trump came in and saved him.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a woman too named Gwen something, but and then also about DeSantis signing that. Oh, well, let me tell you, if he does sign that the Daily Mail is talking about, that's totally it. It's not.
But would he? Would he do that? Would he do that?
At this point, I'm saying he would. The way he's acting now with his smugness and his smarmy attitude and everything, I say he would. And one other thing I wanted to tell you real quick is that my husband and I received our My Pillow 2.0 that we ordered with Kane the other day, the buy one get one free, and they're our first My Pillows, and we love them. We absolutely love them. I just wanted to make sure
Well, that's awesome with the cooling technology. Have you slept on them yet?
2 nights.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's great. They're pretty awesome, huh?
They're absolutely, you get them out of the container and you fluff them up and you can make them as thick or thin, and they stay that way. I mean, they're just absolutely marvelous. Yeah, I'm so glad I broke down and finally got them. I got slippers on the way too.
Oh, you'll love the slippers. I have 2 pairs of them. Steve was wearing his slippers on our cruise to dinner. You have to dress for dinner, even on formal night. And Steve was wearing his My Pillow, My Slippers, even in the dining room on our cruise. Well, that his wife didn't like it. His wife didn't like it. But I said, no. Steve said, can I wear my slippers to dinner on the dress up on formal night? I said, yeah. And Lori's like, no. I said, Steve, come on.
That is so funny.
Think I'm kidding?
Anyway, no, that's
Now, well, listen, I appreciate that. The My Pillow 2.0, buy one, get one free at mypillow.com with our promo code Kane, Kane. One thing you said, though, and we only have seconds left, you said Ron DeSantis's snarky attitude. Swarmy.
Mm-hmm.
Swarmy. Wow.
Attitude. Yeah, that's that look on his face is so
smug. Conceited. There you go. Yes, conceited. All right. Take care. I got to run. Take care and sleep well. All right. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again.
Wow. Great calls. I'll be right back, guys.
From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, here's the oldies forecast.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm first morning meteorologist Vanessa Menz from WPBF 25 News. A cool start this morning. We do have temperatures sitting in the 60s and the lower 70s. Later on this afternoon, highs will be reaching the upper 70s. Some areas in the lower 80s with a lot of sunshine today, and same thing on your Thursday.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's going to be the new My Pillow commercial next week, the recorded version. Welcome, guys. Now, listen, make sure you like the video. And if you're new, please subscribe. Yeah, Lisa's calls are always good. Lisa's calls are always very, very good. I got some audio sound bites of Governor DeSantis that I'm going to play when we get back. So if you're on hold, hang in there, guys. Oh, man. Let's see, where am I?
Traffic service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. Plans for the Paddock Restaurant extravagant Easter buffet and on-track Fun Festival Sunday, April 9th. Don't miss Chris McDonald's Memories of Elvis Dinner Show, April 14th. Plus, Lunch with Legend Gary Player, April 17th. Tickets and info, go to pbkennelclub.com.
Now, this is beyond money. It's beyond money. Lisa, I think, conceded that's the that's a good word to use to describe him. Let me look over here. Where am I?
Sniffle here and a sneeze there. First thought is what? I'm coming down with something.
D from the chat room is on hold, so I want to take her call first.
Lab test now of Coral Springs, or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive, on the southeast corner of University and Railroad, in the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. Make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. Brian Craig here. Right now, Mike Lindell is offering the My Pillow, a pillow that started it all. Regular price $49.98, just $19.98 with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E at checkout. I've tried every pillow too, the foam pillow, bamboo pillow, and a bunch more. None of them worked until my first night's sleep with the My Pillow. And patented fill inside, adjust to your exact.
Yeah, Lisa, you're going to be on the new My Pillow commercial next week. I'll take your call and make it into a recorded commercial. That's why when she was talking about it, you didn't hear me talk much, so I can get her uninterrupted review of the My Pillow 2.0.
1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. Order your My Pillow and get the best night's sleep just like I do every night.
Oh man, I am starving. I am starving.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business for 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, welcome back, one and all. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Call us on hold. Stand by. I came across this audio this morning. It's of Governor DeSantis, and we don't have a lot of detail on when this was, but looking at the video, it looks like an interview he was doing with like the editorial board of a newspaper that politicians do a lot of times when they're seeking an endorsement. And I don't know if this is when he was running for Congress or governor, but and it's a short clip, so I'll have to play it twice. But let me just play it and then we'll talk about it and go to the phones.
I would be somebody who would be different. I think you see that I've been recognized nationally as being somebody who would be different, who would be a leader, who could be somebody like a Paul Ryan.
Wow, he wants to be someone like a Paul Ryan, who is like stop Trump from building the wall, stop Fox from having Trump on.
I would be somebody who would be different. I think you see that I've been recognized nationally as being somebody who would be different, who would be a leader, who could be somebody like a Paul Ryan.
Wow. D, in Tampa, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Ryan. How you doing?
Well, not too good. They're arresting our president, and we've been betrayed by our governor. So
I know. Well, I wanted to respond to a caller, a few callers back who said that you just don't have a clue. He doesn't have a clue. I'll tell you, I am in the Tampa, Florida area, and otherwise known on election night as the I-4 quarter.
yeah, that's right.
I-4 quarter. And let me tell you right now, no vote for DeSantis from me. No vote. There's a few things that have really been surprising to me from President Trump, as well as from Ron DeSantis in the last couple of months. The first thing that surprised me with President Trump was the first time I saw his truth, giving him a nickname of DeSanctimonious. I was like, did he just say what? I was surprised about that. I didn't understand it, but we're understanding it now. He knew things, we didn't. And these things are coming out now. Another thing, why was Ron DeSantis so silent on whether he was running? All these rumors swirling around. Is he running in 2024? Is he? He's very, very silent. To me, he should have come right up and said, absolutely not. I'm not running against President Trump. I stand with him, respect him, etc. He didn't do that. He remained silent right there.
You know, if this would have happened before the last election, Charlie Crist would be the governor of Florida today.
Absolutely right, because President, we all know why he is governor right now, and that's thanks to President Trump's support of him. But what I'm wondering here is, I think he has made the biggest mistake ever. In my opinion, according to him, no. But I think he's made a big mistake because he had the Trump support. He had that. He doesn't have that anymore. Well, why is he doing what he's doing? He should have waited until 2028. He didn't. What does he know that we don't know? Why?
Yeah.
He could have had us, and he's not afraid to lose us.
See, he's right. Well, that caller that you're talking about earlier, that was a political operative. You could tell by the way he was talking. He had some very detailed operative talking points, in particular of Trump saying a good thing about Crist when he was governor. He says, who says that Crist was a good, and of course, Crist was a Republican governor, and we didn't, and he was a good Republican governor. He was living a lie, but he was a good Republican. That guy was an operative from one of the campaigns or Lincoln Project, one of those types. That guy's above a seminar caller. That guy's an operative.
Yeah, well, this whole thing here is just deeper than I can even imagine, because he's had it all. He's got the looks, he's got the brains, he's got the beautiful wife, the little kids, he's got it all. He had the support of the Republicans, the MAGA Republicans. He had it. If he would have been patient and waited his turn for 2028, but instead he goes head to head against our beloved President Trump, who is loved all over this country. Why did he do that?
Well, he's working with Bragg. Well, because if he's locked up and can't run, he'll get they're telling him he'll have the nomination and walk into the White House. That's why he's doing it. He's working with Bragg to lock up his political opponent that he can't beat. The latest poll today, President Trump has a 28-point lead against Trump in the Morning Consult poll.
I believe that he's been told by whoever, he's been told, just do what we say, run right now, you'll be fine, we'll worry about your constituents later.
Yeah, these Florida crackers have a short memory. They're not going to vote for a Democrat. They'll come back home. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have my vote anymore. I'm very, very disappointed.
All right, take care, Dee. Thanks for the call. Another Florida voter, if the governor's office are listening today, Florida voters, they've all called in and said they will not vote for him again. These are Florida voters. He cannot win Florida. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Ryan?
Yes, what's your name?
Ryan, this is Doris.
Oh, Doris, the tent lady. Yes.
Yes, 93 years old yesterday, and I got a birthday present from the governor, Governor DeSantis.
Really?
Show a few minutes ago. Governor DeSantis has allowed Florida to become a pro-abortion state again.
What? What did I miss?
Can you imagine? We waited all these years, worked I went to mass every day, prayed, and finally abortion is overturned for the United States, and our Governor DeSantis controlled legislation up there in Tallahassee restored abortion to Florida.
Oh no. Well, I'll look into that, Doris. Hey, listen, good to hear from you. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
Super disappointed in Ron DeSantis. Just beyond. But I would rather know this now than think that he's a viable candidate for president.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have the mask ripped off now than, have it be a head-to-head. And like the other thing I question is what's his wife's role in this? Like how hard is the push? But I think she hit it right on the head when she said he's not worried about Trump's voting base because he thinks that you're a mouth breather. Like he thinks that, you're deplorable. You're deplorable.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I must say, I just want to say, I had the last caller, Doris, I had a bad connection with her. I could not hear her very well. And I just got a text message from my wife. Doris said today's her birthday. And Doris is like 90 something years old. I don't know the exact name. And I didn't hear her because I had a bad connection in the headphones, but happy birthday, Doris. I should have wished her happy birthday. But I didn't hear her say it.
Happy birthday, Doris.
She turned 93. She turned 93 yesterday. So happy birthday, Doris. And I apologize for not wishing you the happy birthday on your call. I just didn't hear you say it.
So, the caller that was talking about Macbeth?
Mm-hmm.
Think there's a play in New York where Julius Caesar is portrayed.
All right, let's not get into that. See these calls, they gotta go. I know all about that. Everything. Okay. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh my goodness. Good morning. You're on the air. Yes. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ronnie Big W. I'm calling from West Palm Beach, Florida.
Hey, Ronnie in West Palm. What's up?
Boy, I'm really heartbroken over this mess with my president. Number one, DeSantis rode his coattail in success.
That's right.
The very thing he did. And people need to understand, like Trump said, it's a bigger battle going on than they can ever imagine. And what he is doing is exposing all of it. And what people have to understand, the Bushes, they have dirt going all the way back to the grandfather. So,
oh, yes.
People need to stop listening to stupidity and follow good, solid judgment. It's before your eyes. You've seen what this man can do. You know what the rest of them going to do. So why would you go that way? It's like saying, I can shoot myself in the foot and I can run the 100-yard dash. And you know you're not even going to put your foot on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Logic. Simple, basic logic. And that's what everybody has to get to immediately. Or it's called self.
Well, okay, so you're calling me from West Palm. You're a Florida voter. Will you vote for Ron DeSantis ever again?
I will not. No, I will not. I have always been with Donald Trump back in the days when he had his first casino in Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm. I hope today of all days, the governor's office is listening and the president's listening, and to hear, because Florida, and you know what? And we all will. I mean, this betrayal is a betrayal that I've never experienced before. I've never experienced a betrayal at this level in my life. I got to run for the break, but thanks for the call from West Palm. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on the Steve.
All right. Well, lots of bad news we've been discussing today, but I'm hoping for some good news and actually expecting it. It's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
Great. How the metals look today?
The metals look good. Stabilized at around that $1,940 number that we closed at yesterday, which was down $38.40. Certainly a lot of volatility in the market. So volatility is our friend because it gives us opportunities to buy on these volatile times when they take them up and then they take them down. So the market having reached over $2,000 last week has now given us the opportunity to buy it quite a bit cheaper, down $38.40 yesterday at $1,940 on the close. Silver closed down 16 cents at $22.37, but well above the $22 number, which used to be resistance. Platinum was down $20 yesterday, closing at $970, and palladium closed down $12 at $1,330. This morning we see gold having traded overnight in a range of $1,900.
Welcome, Nevada.
Up to $1,947, and is currently at $1,939 the ounce. That's down $1.
Wow.
Platinum up $26 at $996, and palladium up $20 at $1,350. The metal's mixed right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see gold and silver higher before the day's over. So take advantage of it.
Now, someone that is not ever bought any of the metals, they call you, they stop in, and it can be intimidating. They've never done it before. They don't know anything about it. How can you help people that want to, for the very first time, get involved with gold, get involved with silver?
Yeah, we face this every single day. We have people come in that have never done it before, especially in the times that we are living now. We're seeing new clients every day, and they all are very. We explain it to them how it works, and within minutes, they're very set at ease about doing their purchases, and we have them come back over and over again once they've.
Absolutely. And William Youngerman has been in business since 1967, since before men walked on the moon. And I think some of that gold you're selling didn't even exist. The earth has made it. You've been in business so long. But the reason I point that out, because you don't stay in business with that kind of business in that kind of business in the same community without having a great reputation as being someone of high integrity and someone you want to do business with. So I think that says a lot. And by the way, that's with William Youngerman himself. This isn't William Youngerman's son. This is William Youngerman, who's been in business personally since 1967. Give him a call, toll free, if you want to do business over the phone. He opens up at 10 a.m. 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com, or stop right in. The address, 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day.
All right, back after this.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. I want to play another clip of Ron DeSantis. The first one was him saying he wants to be just like Paul Ryan. Well, I guess he's achieving that right now. This is a clip of Governor DeSantis in his acceptance speech on election night when he won the governorship of Florida the first time. Listen.
And finally, I'd like to thank our president for standing by me when it wasn't necessarily the smart thing to do. Mr. President, I look forward to working with you to advance Florida's priorities.
Okay, so there he is when it wasn't the smart thing to do, which means President Trump was with him when everyone said it wasn't the right thing to do and it wasn't popular. Where's Governor DeSantis now? You know where he's at? He's with Bragg. That's where he's at. I know this. I've been saying this all morning. We know what Kari Lake would do if she was governor. She'd be right there at the gates of Mar-a-Lago, and they'd have to take her to New York and arrest her too. All right. You know, the phones are very busy. I'm trying to take the calls the best I can in the order in which they were received, but It's hard for me to do that sometimes when the phones are this busy. So if you've been on hold for a while, I apologize. I'm going to try to squeeze in as many of these calls as I can between now and the top of the hour. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Nancy from Louisiana.
All right, Nancy, what's up?
I was just going to tell you, I was just watching the CNN this morning, and they are reporting that they plan to follow through with Georgia and also.
Yeah, Jack Smith, by the way, for those that don't know, they're going RICO charges in Georgia against the president. Jack Smith is the husband of the producer of the Michelle Obama documentary that's investigating the classified documents from Mar-a-Lago. I mean, I didn't realize that Making America Great Again was a criminal offense in America, but apparently it is.
Right. And I mean, I just don't know.
It's not good. It's not good. This is not a good, I know a lot of people are saying, well, he'll have a landslide now in 2024. This is what they're going to do. Okay. These people are sick, as the president says. When we get to the primaries, they're going to find other governors like DeSantis who play ball, and they're going to keep Trump off the ballot in primaries. And they're going to use all these charges to do it. And I'm telling you, that's been their plan for a long time. And that's why they're making this move, to use this as an excuse to keep him off the ballot in the primaries. And that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Congress. Thank you, Brian.
All right. Yeah. We must ask Congress to, do something. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is your wife.
Oh, my wife, Kathy. Oh, am I in trouble?
No, I just want to say, when I heard DeSantis say that that's not the smartest thing to do, I took it totally different than you. I almost felt like it was a warning.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Like maybe Trump shouldn't have done this because now he's got to deal with me someday.
Yeah, let me play it again. Hold on. Let me play it again, Kathy. And by the way, the reason I asked if I was in trouble, you said, "This is your wife." That's not normally how you greet me on the phone. So I was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" Did I leave the toilet seat up before I left the house? Did I forget to put a new bag in the garbage can when I took out the trash? I felt like, all right, anyway, this is it. Let's see. Let's play it again. Hold on.
And finally, I'd like to thank our president for standing by me when it wasn't necessarily the smart thing to do.
Wow. Yeah. So some foreshadowing.
Yeah. Yes. No.
Wow. Okay. All right. I'll see you soon. Take care. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is JJ from Mass.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, guys. Just thinking about, DeSantis and this insanity. I know it's serious stuff, but I find myself, somewhat laughing about how stupid they have to be at the DeSantis camp. All he had to do, like 3 months ago or 2 months ago, whenever this insanity started, was 3 words: "I support Trump," and he would have most likely won the primaries for the 28th. He would most likely be president, and Trump would have supported him. And instead, they've done this Jeb Bush, Rhino, uniparty insanity, and now everybody's finding out. I mean, when I think about DeSantis now, I see Howard Dean screaming. He's blown.
Yeah, Howard Dean screaming. Well, this is the thing, okay? And I've heard the Bush family hate President Trump. They hate him, and they blame President Trump for Jeb not being president right now. And when I watched DeSantis's second inauguration and I saw Jeb there, I didn't really care for it too much, but I thought, he was governor. He can go there if he wants. Now I realize why he was there.
Yeah, I agree with you on Carrie Katniss Lake Everdeen as far as Trump against. That's what she would definitely stand in the breach against. We got President Snow Joe. She
yeah.
star to me.
I like the Hunger Game references. Listen, if Ron DeSantis would have stood by President Trump against this injustice, he would be the most popular politician in America. And since I don't know when, since I don't know ever, right?
The Red Sox selling Babe Ruth to the Yankees is one of the biggest mistakes ever. And he's done. All he had to do was three words. If I was a advisor, listen, Ron, all you got to do is say this: I support Trump. Shut up. Run Florida. You'll get the nomination in 2018.
Well, you know, the thing is, when that comment that he made yesterday to the reporters that was on Monday. That was a prepared statement that they spent all weekend on, and no one around him in his circle is sharp enough to say, this isn't the way to, because he's surrounded by bushies. When in this Piers Morgan interview, the leak that came out, he said, I think people are ready for something new and a new generation. That's word for word what we heard from Sarah Huckabee, Nikki Haley, and the young Sununu. That means that those are the Paul Ryan Bush speechwriters that are writing his statements today.
They're all old school. They're all old. I mean, DeSantis, most of the people in America don't know. DeSantis was in the House for Florida.
Briefly.
2018 until.
Yeah.
So he was there he was getting indoctrinated into the Uniparty when he was there, and he played it smooth. He's done a great job as the governor of Florida. But, we found out that's the best thing about Trump. He gets eventually, we're weeding all this bad blood out. We're getting rid of the rhinos in the Uniparty. It's going to take a while, Brian, but I'm just thankful now that that we figured it out about Ron DeSantis.
All right, JJ, take care. As we reach the end of the show, I just want to sum up what's going on here. I believe that the governor of Florida should stand up and do everything they could do to stop this arrest. And those of you out there, because I know a lot of people are saying this is exactly what he wants to get arrested and he wants to be. No, he does not. Once President Trump is in New York, he's under their control. He's basically a hostage. And there's no way they're going to let him out. Yes, he has Secret Service, but they'll be with him at the jail cell. They're not going to let him out. You watch what they're saying on MSNBC. Okay, they're saying, well, if they let him out, he could incite an insurrection again, right? They're going to use that. They're going to use January 6th to keep him in jail. And so far as when it's going to come down, my guess, we don't know, right? But I imagine they'll do it when you least expect it. But I'm expecting they're going to try to book him on a Friday, this Friday or next, because then they got a bit of an excuse. Oh, well, it's the weekend, court's closed. Court can't come in for the president of the United States. No. When people you don't want to get arrested on Friday because you got to stay in jail until you get arraigned on Monday. So I'm expecting it this Friday or next. And I'm going to tell you, I am with President Trump for life. And I would just recommend that President Trump stay dressed at all times because they're going to come a knocking at a weird hour like they did with Roger Stone. I also want to say, and then I'm going to go back to the phones. I want to repeat what I talked about earlier. Dick Morris was on Newsmax yesterday, and you can find this online. Please watch Dick Morris on Newsmax yesterday, who speaks with the president regularly as a top advisor to the president. Dick Morris said, do not protest. Do not go to demonstrations. He said, protest on Twitter. Protest by calling radio shows. He actually said that. He was on a radio show and got a call from an old lady who was going to go out by herself with a sign. And Dick Morris said, don't do it. You'll be peaceful, but those four guys that pull up and start something won't. And Dick Morris said, when they start something, then they'll start talking about January 6th in the media, and everything President Trump has done and sacrificed will be a waste. He said President Trump posted that on Truth when he first found out, and it was an emotional post on Truth Social. Do not go to demonstrations. Do not go to protest. Those of you here in South Florida, stop going to Mar-a-Lago. I went on Saturday and was live streaming on YouTube. You may have seen it. Did you notice how abruptly I ended the stream? I'm not going to tell you why, but I did. for some particular reasons. And I didn't share some of the things I saw there because I can't. But I'm not going back to Mar-a-Lago until this blows over. We don't. Yeah, that's the way it is. Look, the Antifa infiltrated a pro-Trump demonstration yesterday in New York. Okay, and don't go to any protest or demonstrations. Those of you who want to hold on, I apologize. We are out of time, but we'll be back tomorrow morning. You're welcome to hold on. If you hold on, you'll be first in line at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning when I'm back. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio this year. My name is Brian Craig. Thanks, everyone. Great calls today, and we'll continue coverage of this. God bless America, and of course, and he needs it, God bless Donald Trump. See you tomorrow.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3.
All right, guys, I got to run. Make sure you subscribe and like the video.